an old house. John had decided to return to the village where he had spent his childhood after a long absence. The village had become gloomy and forgotten. When John arrived at his family's old house, he saw that the building was still standing. However, the eerie silence of the forest right next to the house sent shivers down his spine. That night, John was alone in the old house. The inside of the house reflected a dusty and dark past. The wooden floors creaked, and the walls were filled with old photographs and memories. John went to the old bedroom and lay down, but he felt restless. He knew something was strange. In a half-asleep state, he noticed the presence of something. In the corner of the room there was an old mirror. In his reflection, he saw a silhouette standing behind the mirror. A tall man with dark eyes was staring at him. John screamed in terror and jumped out of bed, but the man suddenly disappeared. In a panic, John approached the mirror and saw no one reflected in it. However, there were strange scratches and symbols on the mirror. In a frightened manner, he removed the mirror from its frame and threw it out of the window. The mirror shattered into peak outside. For several days, John continued to stay in the house, but strange events persisted. At night, he heard odd noises in the moonlight. When he looked out of the window, he saw shadows dancing in the forest. He considered fleeing the house in fear, but the memories of his family kept him there. Eventually, John decided to investigate the old house. He went to the village's elderly residents and gathered information about its history. What they told him was that the house had once belonged to a sorcerer, and after the sorcerer's death, his ghost had never left the house. Determined to confront the ghost in the house, John returned to his old home and waited in the same room at night, sleep-deprived and anxious. He finally saw the ghost reappear. This time, the ghost's eyes were filled with more anger than before. The ghost approached John and conveyed a message. It told him that he needed to leave the house, as he was disturbing the peace of the former owner. John accepted the ghost's request and left the village, taking his family's memories with him. John never forgot that old house. The silence and forgotten nature of the village concealed a mysterious reality behind the events. If you want more of these stories to continue, you can subscribe to the channel, like and support as you provide support. More stories like this will keep coming. Goodbye.